Hello everybody and welcome to today where we're going to be talking about what anime and manga we are looking forward to in 2023.
Dress Up Darling Season 2!
Now, I know this is coming out a fair ways in 2023, so it's not really started, but I think the winter season is starting whenever we put this up, right? Mm-hmm. So, granted, we don't really know what's going to be coming out in, really summer or fall yet, but we do know a good amount of stuff that's for winter and spring. So, I say we're just going to go through that, highlight some stuff that we can't wait to come out, new stuff, new seasons, as Jaden said, Dress Up Darling Season 2 and stuff. So, films, whatever you want to talk about. So, I take you're looking forward to Dress Up Darling Season 2.
I'm pretty sure it is supposed to come out this year. I assume so, and it's going to be later this year, obviously. But yeah, I think it'll be good. Dress Up Darling's good, despite Corbin's misgivings with it.
Yeah, I will say this again. It's not a bad story. It's just that I don't really enjoy all the ways it's told, but I don't think it's trash. I think it's not amazing, but it's not terrible. And
there's still a good amount of manga content to adapt, so I'm sure that we'll see, hopefully not much filler and whatnot. But yeah, that's
I mean, is filler really a thing these days?
Spy Family has a lot.
Really? Spy Family's got a lot of filler in it?
The anime has a lot of filler. There's some episodes that are complete anime original, and there's some, parts of episodes that were literally a single panel that they turned into an entire episode.
Huh.
Like the scene where Anya gets her own castle, that was 2 pages in the manga, and they made it an entire episode.
Well, that's an expansion, which I'm fine with.
But they do a lot of...
Granted, I haven't watched Spy Family Season 2, but it's really very interesting to know about how it has a lot of filler in it. I know, Gintama always plays up, oh, we've got to stretch for time, right? But it's interesting to know that filler exists in that sort of form. Later this year, I think it's going to be summer, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Part 2 Separation is coming out. Okay. So I really can't wait for that. The first season was great. It really shows that Piro can put effort into something, right? While recently they've just been, it's actually good, and it's really good. The content they added, I mean, they're giving us insight that we never got in a manga, but it makes perfect sense to have. Yeah. So it's just really nice to have around.
I know the big Modern 3 are getting all new seasons this year. Jujutsu Kaisen, which I'm pretty sure is coming out relatively soon.
It's either summer or spring.
I'm pretty sure it's spring.
Because it looks right now that spring season is going to be really stacked. Because Mashle is getting an anime adaptation along with Undead Unluck. Now, I really like that because Mashle and Undead Unluck actually started 1 week apart in Shonen Jump, right? This was the beginning of the year it was either 2020 or 2019. I think it was 2020. But the first week in January, Undead Unluck started. 1 week later, Mashle started, right? So, and I love how their volumes are staying the same, right? Granted, Mashle's taken a few breaks while Undead literally hasn't taken a single break. Yeah. But which is crazy. And the quality of art in Undead too is insane. So it's really awesome to see it. They will be starting in the same season, and I would love if they actually started at the same time. Yeah. Right? So you can go from one to the other.
But besides Jujutsu Kaisen, I know Demon Slayer is getting their new season in March or April, I think.
Season 3, yes.
Yeah. And Attack on Titan's getting their final season.
Final season what? Part 4?
Part 3, yes.
18?
Yeah. Sometime this year, I hope.
Yeah, and that's going to be really awesome because for people that like that, I mean, it's been 10 years or something, right? Since that season started?
The manga started 10 years ago.
Manga started 10 years ago? I thought the anime started 10 years ago.
No, the anime did start 10 years ago. You're right, yeah. It's been a long time coming, and it's finally ending. Yeah,
and that's good. I know what people say about the reputation for the end of that series. I honestly don't know, but that's awesome.
We'll see if it changes the ending or not. I'm sure it will add more to give more context to it, because the ending of the original manga was very rushed. They fit what should have been maybe 3 chapters or 4 chapters of content in 1.
I know you would know this. Do you know how much manga content is left to adapt in this final part?
It's only 10 chapters. Now, 10 monthly chapters, granted, but it's still around 12 episodes. They might bring it down to 10.
So that's probably, in my mind, that's 3.5 volumes or something like that? Because I'm pretty sure monthly volumes normally have 3 to 4 chapters.
I'm pretty sure it's the last 3 volumes.
Last 3 volumes? Interesting. Well, I mean, this is technically, the 7th season? Or 6?
I guess you could call it that,
it's season 1, 2, 3, 4 part 1, 4 part 2, and
Yeah.
4 part 3.
Yep.
So it would be the 6th season.
Something like that, yeah.
Really, I think what I'm the most excited for this year is going to be Hell's Paradise Shigokuraku. Like, I'm really excited for Undead Unluck because Undead Unluck really hasn't been doing very well manga-wise. It's really not selling well, and they have kept it around, right? And it's a good thing because it's amazing. But I'm really hoping this anime will just boost up its sales and give them a reason to keep it. Because I feel like if Undead Unluck doesn't do well, then they're just going to can it, which is really going to suck because it's an amazing story, right? It's really, like, if One Piece has great world building, this series has that same amount of great world building in a fraction of the chapters, right? It's truly amazing. But Hell's Paradise Shigokuraku, I cannot say enough that I am so excited for this. I think Hell's Paradise has some flaws, and I don't know if they're going to be doing, because I feel like Hell's Paradise is about 113 chapters, 13 volumes. So I don't know if they're going to do a season 1 and a season 2, but I feel like just a good 36 episodes, and it'd be great if they can just do all this all in one run to finish it up.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's not going to happen, it would be nice if they would. Right?
I also think that Chainsaw Man's probably going to get their part 2 later this year. I'm sure it will.
I would expect so, because we've got to think, Chainsaw Man started in 2018. And it ended at the end of 2020, right? And then by the time it ended, it's already had 2 years until the anime came out. And then if you're just going to keep pushing that back and back and back, it's like the Demon Slayer thing. We're just going to keep pushing this back and back and back until we don't have anything else.
Yeah. But I think that now that Attack on Titan's wrapping up, they'll have a lot more time to develop their other series.
Exactly.
And take on 20 more like they usually do.
Yeah. MOP, of course. Yeah. Dr. Stone Season 3 is coming out this year, right? New Age of Exploration.
That'll be cool to watch.
I think it is. Me and Jane both know what happens in Dr. Stone, so we are both excited for it.
I think it'll be a pretty good arc.
Oh yeah, it will be. It's not it's probably my least favorite arc. My favorite stuff was covered in the Ryusui special.
Yeah.
But it's Dr. Stone. It's above the rest at all times also. I think another thing that's coming out, actually right now, I think the 9th is Ayakashi Triangle is getting its anime.
Really?
Yes, that's a series where the main character, in the first chapter, he's a dude, he gets turned into a female, and the whole joke is turning him back into a dude, except he likes the girl. It's a weird thing, right?
Okay.
It's not terrible. It has a really good plot to it, right? It's got a good story to it that really makes the story worth experiencing if you can get through all of the stuff, right? Sort of like My Dress Up Darling in a way, right? So yeah, it's good. This year's going to be stacked.
Yeah, Love is War. Their movie's coming out in English in February. I know Hayao Miyazaki is making another Studio Ghibli film. And the director of Your Name, Garden of Words, all those, I can't remember his name for the life of me, is doing another movie.
Oh man, what's his name?
I couldn't tell you.
I know it on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
But I really hope Love is War gets a season 4. After this movie, though, they might stop. It's very possible.
I mean, that's another big thing. Is just like what shows. I think Fire Force got confirmed for a season 3 to wrap up the rest of the series. So I think that was announced sometime last year, around when the manga ended in like May-ish.
Will they be able
I'm
to
not
do it
mistaken.
with just a single season?
What?
Will they be able to do it with a single season?
I think Fire Force's first season, which is 24 episodes, covered about 120 chapters. The Fire Force anime really paces everything up. I personally haven't watched it. I'm a Fire Force manga guy all the way, but I just don't know. So maybe Fire Force will be getting that done this year. I mean, there's a bunch of things that are like, are they going to be coming back? What's going on with that, right? So, the Spy Family movie, I think, stated for 2024.
Spy Family is going to come out. I think it comes out this year.
If it did, it would be the it'd be like the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 on like December 24th. It'd be end of the year.
I know there is also a season 2 confirmed for it, but I'm sure that'll come 2024.
And yeah, I would expect that to be 2024. Because something we got to realize about Spy Family is, while it has been running since like 2018, 2019, it's also a bi-weekly series, which takes a lot more time to ramp things up. Is Kaiju number 8 coming out this year? Talking about
the anime, I think it will be, yes.
But it may be 2024. I don't remember though. If it is, it's weird they're already announcing PVs and stuff literally like 18 months in advance.
Do you have any predictions for manga that will be finishing up this year?
See, that's the thing I do a whole lot about. In Shonen Jump, There's a good chance that MASH will win this year. Maybe Undead Unluck. I hope it doesn't, but there's a good chance Undead might. My Hero Academia, last year around this time, it was Horikoshi said that he would be wrapping up the series in a year, but recently he's put out statements saying like it's going to be a bit more time. And going through like manga off the top of my head, out of like stuff I read, sure, there's plenty I could see wrapping up, but not a whole lot of no, right? I don't really have that correct list in front of me to break it all down.
One Piece ain't ending anytime soon.
No, Oda is saying like it's the final saga and final arc and everything, right? I think we've got about 5 more years of One Piece. I mean,
5 more years.
I mean, Oda himself has said, like, whenever everybody's like, oh no, it's going to end, Oda himself has said, hey, don't fret, we've got time.
You think once he's finished with One Piece, he'll be done writing forever?
He has said that, yes.
Okay, he said that?
Yeah, and I mean,
And this is his only work, right?
Yeah, he's put out a few short story collections in the beginning, but that's happened, right? I mean, from what I'm predicting for manga, there's a bunch of series this year which have been good, and like, but this year's just like a ramp up year for him. Like Chainsaw Man has come back this year with its part 2, short continuation, not continuation. It is again, Jane doesn't like Chainsaw Man, so he's not gonna care. In my opinion, it's just more character development for the characters, which is great. And like One Piece is going to get more content this year, right? Jujutsu Kaisen is going to get more content. I think Jujutsu Kaisen has been said to be about 75% done. So I could see Jujutsu Kaisen wrapping up this year. Yeah. But I mean, there's a bunch of stuff like that.
Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. We got to do this every episode. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 9 starts this March.
February. It's February 17th or something, right? I'm pretty sure I saw a Twitter post. It's like, we've got 44 days before it starts. Granted, I think we're going to do reviews on the channel of it, right? Just because I don't care about JoJo's that much, but it could be fun to do. Okay. But, I mean, yeah, that's right around the corner. And who knows, we may even be getting a Steel Ball Run announcement at the end of the year.
At the end of the year, we may get an announcement.
Yes.
And that's the best we can hope for.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that David Production does it and they don't sell the rights to Mappa.
I mean,
they might.
I mean, David Production is doing Undead Unluck. And does JoJo's look good to you?
Oh, David Production is the only people who can do JoJo's. If anybody else made it, I wouldn't watch it.
And they're doing Undead Unluck, which I can't wait for because I know their reputation. I don't know well, but I know their reputation. So I can't wait for them to do a great series like Undead Unluck and give it the justice that it needs.
I also hope that they sell the rights. I hope that Netflix sells the rights to JoJo's back to somebody who could actually use it more well. And because
it's in the Netflix jail right now.
Yeah, and Stone Ocean was handled terribly.
Speaking of Netflix jail, I mean, Eden Zero, that's Hiro Mashima. Hiro Mashima created a Fairy Tail Eden Zero. I think his work Eden Zero will be wrapping up this year, and it may be getting a season 2, right? It's just something to note there. Yeah. But there's a bunch of series that, like, this year is going to be a good year, and I think we say that every year about
It's going to be a good year of continuations, because last year there was a lot of new stuff that came out.
Yes, definitely. I mean, look at summer. Summer 2022 had a long dry period, right? Yeah. But then fall 2022 just brought it on.
And spring was great too.
And then from what we're just talking about now, like, sure, there's going to be new stuff, but all that new stuff seems to be here in the beginning of the year. And if that can carry around to the end, I mean, I think Mashle, Magic and Muscles is supposed to be a continuation from the beginning of the series to the end of the series. Yeah. It'll just be one long continuous season like Black Clover happened, right? Hey, the Black Clover movie is coming out this year, right? I mean, just the more we talk, the more and more it's coming out, and the better it seems like this year's going to be, you know what I'm saying?
It's going to definitely be a big year for anime. Not sure if it is for manga, because I'm personally not much of a manga reader.
Yeah, you don't read manga at all. I mean, of course this year's going to have some big stuff for manga. I mean, every year seems to have that. Either way, it's going to be a good year for if you're a weeb. I'm
glad that JoJo's back, because after a dry period of 2022 where there was no new JoJo content besides the anime, of course.
When did what's it called? Part 8 end?
JoJolion ended at the very end of 2021, I believe.
So it had that's really interesting. Because whenever I think of JoJo, it's like I never think of new content. Right?
Actually, I think it ended in like March of 2021. So it's been almost 2 years.
I mean, that's what happened with Chainsaw Man. It ended in the end of 2022. It was like 18 months till Chainsaw Man came back. But I digress. I mean, we just named a whole bunch of stuff. If you're not excited for this year, get excited.
Get excited, yeah. Thunderstone.
Yeah, time to get excited, right? I think if Jaden wants to, we'll definitely be covering some of this stuff on the channel.
Just Darling Season 2.
To be honest, I'd be down for it, right? I'd be down for it. But yeah, I mean, I say that's that. Hope you're having a good day so far. like, subscribe, and all of that stuff.
Sell out.
Shut up. And yeah, this is everything we're looking forward to in 2022.
Yep.
This is being Glowplasma231 out.
See you guys.